JDev is back at it here to give everyone another UFC predictions video as UFC 262 is right around the corner on Saturday, May 15th at the sold-out Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Just want to give my predictions for the main card, plus a few other fights that are on the card. But before I do that, a couple things. Number one, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section with your predictions on the card. And then if you could, come back here and let me know how I did, or tell me how awesome I did or how terrible I did, because I'm going to do some crazy predictions for this card. That would be awesome. You don't have to predict every fight, just at least the co-main and main event of the evening if you can. And then secondly, let's cross our fingers and hope that this fight card doesn't change at all. Let's hope it stays intact, because there's been a lot of fight cards recently that main events or co-main events have been scrapped due to injuries or people getting fired, or who knows, maybe there's some suspensions going on too. But mainly injuries and somebody getting fired is the reason why some fights have been canceled lately, such as Donald Cerrone versus Diego Sanchez, Anthony Rumble Johnson versus Yoel Romero in Bellator, and I was really looking forward to that fight. I'm a big Rumble Johnson fan, even though he isn't in the UFC anymore. And then lastly, TJ Dillashaw versus Corey Sanhagen. So sounds like that fight's going to be rebooked for another date. Let's hope it does happen. But let's keep our fingers crossed that this particular card stays intact. So my predictions for UFC 262. Starting off in the middleweight division, we have Edmond Shivazian versus Jack Hermansson. Shivazian is coming off his first professional loss to Derek Brunson. And Jack Hermansson, who was unstoppable for a certain time period now, there seems to be a chink in his armor. I don't know what's going on, but honestly, I think Shivazian's going to win this fight. I think Hermansson is slightly overrated. Of course, I could be very wrong, but I think Shivazian's going to get the job done. But the pendulum, it could swing either way. That's how close this one is. So Shivazian's going to win this one. And then next up, also in the UFC middleweight division, we have Jacare Susa versus Andre Muniz. This is one that could go either way, although I'm going to pick Andre Muniz to win this fight because Jacare has lost a lot in a row. He got lucky against Chris Weidman. Weidman had that fight, but he has a weak chin. But this might be it for Jacare. If he doesn't win this fight, this could be his last fight in the UFC, possibly his last fight ever. I want Jacare to win, but I just don't think it's going to happen. He hasn't looked very good lately, in my opinion. And then on the main card, which of course is subject to change, they could shuffle fights around, we have Edson Barbosa versus Shane Virgos in the featherweight division. The odds are saying that Shane Virgos is going to win this fight. I'm actually going to pick Barbosa. A shocking pick. You'll see a lot of them. I think Barbosa is good in this division. He got, if it was his last fight, I don't recall if it was his last one. Or I do recall one of his last fights. I'm not sure if it was the exact last one or he had another one right after that. I thought he won the fight, and they gave it to, I don't remember who he fought, but they gave it to his opponent, and I thought he was robbed. So I think Barbosa is going to pull it out. I think he's good for this weight class. He's a little old, but I think there's a lot of spark left in Barbosa, and this could be a fight of the night candidate. Possibly. There's lots of fights on this card that could be fight of the night candidates. In the women's flyweight division, we have Caitlin Chokagian versus Viviana Araujo. I think Viviana's going to win this fight. I think Chokagian is slightly overrated, and we shall see if she's a contender for this one. I mean, last time I saw her, I think she fought one other time after that, but she got head kicked by Valentina Shevchenko and got her lights knocked out there. So I think Viviana Araujo is going to win this fight, and that's the way I see it. And actually, Chokagian is the favorite, so this will be interesting. Favorite for now, at least. And then next up in the lightweight division, this is an interesting fight. Beneal Darus versus Tony Ferguson. Ferguson has lost a few fights in a row now after winning a lot in a row. I think Tony Ferguson is going to win this fight. It sounds like he's doing things differently in camp. He's doing a different strategy, and I think Tony Ferguson is going to get back to his winning ways. May not happen, though, but I solely believe that Ferguson is going to be back in this fight. I don't think Ferguson is done yet. I think he has at least 3 to 5 fights left in him. I know he's getting older, but Tony Ferguson is really good. He stays in these fights, even though he gets dominated. So there's always a way to win, and I think in this fight, he's going to come out, and he's going to look like a completely different fighter. Crazy prediction, right? Darus, a lot of people are putting money on Darus, as he is the favorite, but I don't know. I think Tony's going to win, so mark it down. In the co-main event of the evening, a 5-round co-main event that's not even a title fight, we have the returning Nate Diaz, who hasn't fought since January of 2019, when he fought Jorge Masvidal in New York for the BMF, the Bad Motherfucker title, versus Leon Edwards, who's on a big win. Well, actually, he's not on a winning streak anymore because he just had a no contest. But he hasn't lost recently. He just had that eye poke against Bilal Muhammad, which was very... Ugh. I want Nate Diaz to win this fight. I think Leon Edwards is going to win. Leon Edwards is just too good or too skilled, and I think Nate Diaz might be a little past his prime. He's taken too much time off when he should have been an active fighter. But hey, if Diaz wins, I'll be happy, but I'm picking Leon Edwards. And then in the main event of the evening, we have for Khabib Nurmagomedov's vacant lightweight championship of the world, Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. I'm a little upset that neither of these guys have fought Khabib, Poirier, Gaethje, or Conor McGregor. I call those guys the top 5 elite guys in this division. Maybe Conor necessarily isn't anymore. Maybe he's better suited for featherweight. But I'm going to go with Michael Chandler on this one. I know Oliveira's on a big winning streak, and he just fought Tony Ferguson. But the other guys that he's fought, I'm not sold on them. Chandler hasn't fought many guys in the UFC either. He's only had one fight in the UFC, and that's against Dan Hooker. Knocked him out, and I think Chandler's going to knock out Oliveira. Oliveira is the favorite right now, but maybe I'm going with my heart on this one because I really like Chandler. I've only seen Oliveira fight a few times, and I think every time I've seen him fight, he's lost. I didn't see the Ferguson fight, though. I've seen a little bit of it, but I haven't watched it in terms of sitting down to watch the actual fight. So go with Chandler. I know in the comment section you could roast me, tell me how dumb I am for all these weird, wacky predictions, but hey, it's fun doing it this way. So again, if you're a fan of the UFC and you like this UFC 262 card, go ahead and smash that like button. If you know anybody that would be interested in this particular video of predictions, go ahead and share the video with them. Don't forget to leave me that comment with your predictions on UFC 262, and then come back after the card's over with so you can give me my props, or you can say I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm talking about, which might be the case on these. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and JDev will return.